First in our news, former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has died in the hospital after being shot at a campaign event in a nation where gun violence is so incredibly rare. Abe was giving a speech in Western Japan when shots were fired at him, and the suspect, the man, was quickly tackled to the ground and arrested at the scene. Now, the country's Prime Minister called the shooting unforgivable. Dennis Liu has an update.
Yes, Alma. It has been a day since that tragic news broke in Nara. The nation is in mourning, and it's shocked after the former Prime Minister has died from multiple gunshot wounds. The number of flowers in the site just continues to grow as they pay tribute to the Prime Minister. He was in the western city of Nara in broad daylight at around noon local time. He was giving a speech on behalf of candidates who was running in local elections. And he was giving that speech. 2 gunshots, according to eyewitnesses, were heard on the scene. He was then airlifted to a nearby hospital, and the physician who treated him at the hospital said that when the Prime Minister arrived at the hospital, he did not have a heartbeat. And for hours, they tried to resuscitate him, giving him what they described as hundreds of milliliters of blood transfusion. But the physician said he saw 2 gunshot wounds around his neck.
当救命センターにおいて、蘇生処置をいたしましたが、残念ながら5時3分にお亡くなりになられました。来られた際に、頸部に、2箇所の銃創がありまして、心臓および大血管の損傷による心肺停止と考えられました。当センターの方で、止血術、大量輸血を行いましたけれども、残念ながらというふうな結果になっております。以上です。
どうか、一命を取り留めていただきたいと祈っておりましたが、祈りも虚しく、こうした方に接することになってしまったこと、誠に残念であり、言葉もありません。
Shinzo Abe, as I said, is the longest-serving Prime Minister, and he served the premiership twice and for a total of nearby 8 years, and that's why we are hearing the outpouring of sympathy from leaders from all around the world.
One thing did get my attention, that this is the first use of a weapon to murder someone in Japan. And I think we have thus far 3,000, I won't hold me to the number, 688, between 3,000 and 4,000 cases. They've won.
Abe was known for being up close and personal with people out in the street, and when he's campaigning, certainly he's comfortable being close to people. But the question now is, what did police miss? Could they have been more vigilant? And could this have been prevented? Senior police officers named the suspect as unemployed 41-year-old Tetsuya Yamagami. He had used a handmade gun. The suspect admitted targeting the politician and said he held a grudge against an organization he believed Abe was connected to. Police declined to give details of the particular organization mentioned by the suspect, saying investigations were ongoing. but several Japanese media outlets describe it as a religious group. Now, Shinzo Abe is the youngest prime minister in Japan's post-war period when he took office for the first time in 2006, age 52. Abe was known for hawkish, nationalist positions and his economic policy known as Abenomics. He sought to cement Japan's key alliance with Washington by pursuing a close personal relationship with then U.S. President Donald Trump. Shinzo Abe's hallmark, he wanted his legacy to be revising the Japanese constitution. Abe's government interpreted Japan's pacifist constitution in a way that would theoretically allow Japanese troops to come to the aid of an ally under attack. He was an iconic political figure, and his influence is felt long after he left the Prime Minister's office. Reporting from Tokyo, Japan, this is Dennis Liu. Back to you, Alma.